In 2016, we are seeing the consequences of a trend that started about 2 years ago. Supply growth, driven primarily from new Australian and American projects, has outpaced growth in demand, creating a situation of what increasingly seems like a long-term oversupply. First, there is an effect on prices and bargaining power. LNG prices are being dragged down by the oversupply in spot markets, and it's also affected by the link to oil prices, which is common in many long-term LNG sales agreements. Depressed prices hurt the cash flow of companies and valuation of projects, so it becomes harder for new projects to reach a final investment decision. This in turn paves the way for a market rebalance as new supply is pushed back. But we need to remember LNG projects are very long-term, and the amount of new projects under construction suggests a balanced market is not expected anytime soon. We will likely see a buyer's market well into the 2020s. Another important effect is that low prices are luring new customers to join the market. In fact, demand growth is shifting quickly from established players such as Japan and Korea towards emerging markets like China and India, but also a collection of new smaller and scattered players. This year, for example, we saw Jordan, Egypt and Pakistan become important customers, but their demand remains small and their purchases mostly in the spot markets, so they're unlikely to sign long-term contracts that underpin the construction of several large LNG projects to date. In the supply side, geographical concentration is still a strong feature, with US, Australia, Canada, Russia and Mozambique accounting for the majority of new projects. The industry will likely consolidate and cooperate to help cut costs. And in the long term, as more customers require flexible and shorter contracts, supply projects are likely to follow the same path. Since it will be harder to secure long-term contracts, therefore harder to secure financing, future projects are likely to be smaller, quicker to build, more flexible, and developed in phases.